CityCast listeners. The magic of moviegoing seems to have dulled out. Nowadays, you just go grab your ticket, some extra expensive popcorn, and sit down. Makes me wonder what happened to the theaters that provided an experience. But according to our CityCast crew, aka Brooke and Dina, there are some places right here in Houston that still provide that magical feel. Quick note before we start. Our CityCast baby, Idris, was along for the ride when we recorded this morning, so you may hear a couple baby noises throughout the show. It's Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. I'm Carlignon Jones, and here's what Houston's talking about today. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Dina. Hey, AK.
Hi. Good morning.
Hello.
So are y'all ready to talk about moviegoing?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited for this.
Yes, love it.
Okay, good, because the thing is, I'm the basic person who just goes to like AMC, sits down, gets a little popcorn, watches a little basic movie, and I just go home. And I'm kind of wanting to do something different. And I know y'all have a lot of suggestions on that. So with the weather getting better, what is something or a place that I can go and watch a movie outdoors and just enjoy the weather?
Ooh,
If I could kick it off,
hit it.
I would recommend anything that's happening in like Market Square Park or Discovery Green. They will have movie showings over there. So if you go to either of their websites, they will show you what movie showings and when they're happening. And they have it right outside on the lawn. There are lawn chairs out there. You can set up a picnic area. They have a projector that's amazing. They'll shoot the movie out. You'll sit by the night sky. It's really hard to stargaze in Houston, to be honest. But with the weather getting so nice and our parks being like actually one of our most underrated features in the city, like just enjoying them at night, like it just gives it a very like nice, airy, romantic. And if you're going for a horror movie, we'll really add that little punch of being very, very exposed. So those are my recommendations, either Market Square or Park or Discovery Green.
So at the park, am I bringing my own blankets and things like that to sit down on, or are there lawn chairs?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You bring everything yourself. Your own blanket, your own picnic basket, your own snacks.
Okay.
But the vibes are so good.
Yeah, that's like honestly the best part. Yeah, bringing your own stuff. I feel like bringing your snacks. I always love doing
Yeah, you're
that.
bringing a piece of home, but you're outside. It's just, I don't know. After 2 years of being cooped up inside, every now and again, I'll go there just to remind myself how people feel. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Are there any other places?
I would say also add on like a rooftop cinema, like the Rooftop Cinema Club in Uptown.
yes.
That is the spot for like my favorite, to be honest, to go watch a movie on the rooftop. And they have such amazing lineup right now at end of February. One of them is like Friday and then Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yes. I love
Black
those.
Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they got some good stuff.
Yes, that's also my favorite. Dina, I have to agree. I love going to a movie at Rooftop. And their popcorn is really good. If you get a seat, you can buy a certain seat that comes with like unlimited popcorn.
Awesome.
So
That's different.
that's a pro tip.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're a big popcorn person.
oh, yeah. And one of the funniest things in the world is getting your friends to decide which lawn chairs to get because they have 3 types of lawn chairs.
Yeah.
And if you don't know which one is the most premium one, you might get stuck apart from each other. But I think it's a fun experience.
What's the difference? What's the difference in lawn chairs?
So I think it's beanie bags. It starts like as beanie bags. Then it starts as your regular like store-bought lawn chair. And then the premium ones, which are at the back, is like those like heavy wood with the armrests that like recline a little bit. So yeah.
Okay, comfort level.
Yeah, because your back might hurt if you choose if you choose the wrong chair. I'll just say that. So you probably want to choose. I feel like the best one to choose, and I'm looking at it to remind myself, but the Adirondack love seat. And that can be like if you're on a date, that's a good one. But you still have to pay per person, but you get a similar shared seat. But if you're with your friend or something, then you can just get the solo Adirondack, but add the popcorn for only $4.50.
Honestly, that's a good deal for popcorn because
Yeah, it's a
popcorn is expensive when you go to the theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, they have one
Yes.
size, so it's that one
Yes.
like skinny size popcorn.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it says 46-ounce popcorn, which to me sounds like, I mean, I'm not good at math, but that seems like a good amount. When I go, I don't know if it's not saying unlimited, y'all. So don't don't come for me. But I think that it is a good amount whenever I've gone. So I love that's like my number one place, especially during this time of year when there's no humidity. Like take advantage of it in the next few weeks because it's just a perfect spot for going with your friends or if you're going on a date. It's a good spot.
Also, we always talk about the skyline, but the rooftop theater actually has a really nice view of the skyline.
That's true. It does.
Okay.
Yes.
So what if I want something more unique, something that's like old school movie feel? Are there places in Houston that I could do that?
Oh, I got
Ooh,
you.
Yes, I'm taking this. Sorry.
Okay, go for
Steal
it. Go for it. Go for it.
I always found drive-in theaters so romantic. I just love them so much. My favorite is the Showboat. I don't go out there often because it's like so far out. It's like past Cypress.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is so worth it when they have a good movie. Right now, I don't really like the movies they're showing. They're showing that Cocaine Bear weird. Oh. Aww. See, he did. Idris agrees with me. Yeah, it's a stupid movie. Yeah. So that is where I would go. And then obviously, you'd have to bring your own snacks. Not that you can't buy any, but I loved that feeling of bringing my own snacks, reclining my chair in my car. If you have an SUV, like if you can borrow one from your parents, that's what I did when I went with friends. It was even way more fun.
I love that. It reminds me of like Grease Lightning, and that's one of my favorite movies.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, AK, you're ready to go too. You have one?
Yeah, mine is a little weird, so bear with me. But I remember us having a conversation about like other places doing movie theaters in odd places, like in odd vintage places, like graveyards and whatever. We do kind of have a version of that. It's called 14 Pews here in Houston.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
I feel like it's one of the most intimate movie settings. It's like a church, but it's like a really tiny church with like these actual pews. It's 14 pews of them. And you sit there and you watch it on this really small projector. They do other stuff. So they will always have movie screenings going throughout the year, but a lot of artists can rent the space to do like performance art or puppet shows or readings, stuff like that. But they do have your bougier style of movies, indie, older, independent artists, experimental movies. It actually used to be the location for the Aurora Picture Show, which is on my list as well. We will get to it. But I do recommend 14 Pews for that classic movie-going experience. Feels super communal, super tight. It is also a bring your own stuff type of spot. So you buy your movie ticket, you bring your own snacks, you bring your own whatever, you bring your little cushion so you could protect your tushy.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, look, like sitting for an hour or more in a pew, like one of those, as if you're sitting in a church, that gets really uncomfortable on your back and your bum.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, get you some that keep you comfortable in there. Yeah.
What side of town is that on? I'm like marking it down for future.
14 Pews is located in a historical wooden church in the Houston Heights, just a couple of blocks from south of Interstate 610. They're between 25th and 26th Street.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely checking that out.
on North Main.
They show a lot of really great documentaries too. I remember
Yeah.
watching a documentary my first time there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love documentaries.
And if you just want to experiment with a little like for movie here and there, just get a little intellectual with it or whatever, it's a nice spot. And because it's such an open space and you can see everyone there, and it's like you're gonna be around like 30 people at most. When you're walking out, you'll just end up bumping into people where you have a conversation about the movie. And I'm a huge fan of communal experiences about film, so it's premium for that.
Brooke, did you have one?
Yeah. Mine is the Museum of Fine Arts. I think people
Yes,
forget that you can watch films there. And something really cool that they're doing right now is they're showing Oscar nominated short films in the different categories all the way up until March 10th. So there's something I think just really cozy about going to that theater, going to Museum of Fine Arts. I love that area. So that's high up on my recommendations.
I love MFAH. When I was in college, my org was partnered with MFAH Films. Their renovated theater is beautiful. Get their membership. It'll discount all your tickets. They literally have a movie showing every weekend. So you can just like enjoy the museum district and go there. I love MFAH. I love the people that work there. I love the curation that they do for movie. And I genuinely love that the city of Houston, through MFAH, participates in film restoration. It's a really hard, really arduous thing. So kudos to them for that. So yeah.
I have to say also what I love is they open up their doors to a lot of local film festivals to different communities.
Yeah.
Like for the Palestinian community, we would hold some film screenings there and it would bring out the entire community. It was amazing. And there's just something so cool about being in a museum after hours.
That sounds like a cool experience. This ad is brought to you by How to Buy a Home. All over the country, things are getting more expensive, including rent. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of it. It's time to start investing in something more sustainable. That's exactly why you should make this the last year you rent. I know buying a home seems difficult, but that's why I highly recommend checking out the How to Buy a Home podcast. Host David Sidoni has years of experience helping first-time homebuyers close on houses they thought were impossible. His How to Buy a Home podcast is a free resource that breaks down all you need to know to make buying a home a reality. Start listening to How to Buy a Home podcast today at howtobuyaHome.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you have questions, ask David directly at howtobuyaHome.com. It's that easy. So visit howtobuyaHome.com and make this the last year you rent. Okay, what about date nights? What movie theaters are perfect for a good date night?
Brooke, do you want to kick us off?
Oh yeah, I can take this one. So I am obsessed with Alamo Drafthouse, and it started when I lived in Austin. I just love that because I think they're just one of the first theaters that had the you can eat while you're watching a movie thing, and they didn't really have that in Houston yet until Studio Movie Grill popped up. And so I just fell in love going to Alamo Drafthouse because it also gives you that kind of old school movie theater vibe as well. And so it's just perfect for a date night because you kind of kill two birds with one stone where you don't have to eat before the movie. You can eat and then enjoy the movie and then maybe do something fun together after the fact. My favorite Alamo Drafthouse is the one in Katy. And I know some people may be like, I don't want to drive outside the loop, but hear me out. Go to the Alamo Drafthouse at La Centera in Katy. It's beautiful. And then after the movie, you can walk outside. There's like areas where you can sit down. They have like a little like fountain area. It's just a great date night spot. And if you don't go to Alamo Drafthouse, go to City Center, go to Studio Movie Grill. City Center is like you guys heard, I think, in a previous episode, City Center used to be like my epicenter for dates.
Yeah.
because it was just like really close to where my parents used to live, and I was living with them at the time. So that was just my little spot because I could choose from all these different places to eat. And it was outdoors, it was public, I felt safe. So I still like going to City Center for dates. And they have Studio Movie Grill there. And then you could do something fun after. You could go bowling. They have a bowling alley there. You could do an escape room. You could just walk around. You could sit outside. Those are my two favorites for date night spots.
Okay.
Our Alamo Draft House is so beautiful in Katy. So mine is I'm the evangelist. I have to spread the gospel of the Aurora Picture Show. I think that they do incredible work with local artists, with local films, short cinema, experimental films, all that stuff. I think it's a great movie date place to go to because you're enjoying a burst of a lot of stuff all at once, and you have time in between to kind of talk to your date, discuss different things, talk about what you're watching. And they're going to have a poetry and film collaboration. They do this yearly this Friday, February 24th at 7:30 p.m. It's going to be multiple movies that are created by Houston local poets and shown at the Aurora Picture Show. I definitely recommend it if you have any date plans happening this weekend. And they're not always open, so try to catch them whenever they are. So Aurora is always phenomenal. And of course, I'd be remiss to not mention that sometime this year, they're going to have their micro short film festival where you watch these like 3 5-minute movies back to back. It's an amazing date night place, and you'll see really fascinating stuff.
Sounds really cool. What about you, Dina?
I was going to say Studio Movie Grill, to be honest.
Brooke
beat me to it. But I agree. I love Studio Movie Grill for a date night. Just because, one, you get food. Granted, I never really liked ordering food. There was just something too difficult about eating in the dark. Granted, it wasn't like super dark, but there was something difficult about eating without a lot of light and trying to watch a movie and being on a date. This would have to be like a third, fourth date for me, not a first. But I will say that given that you are in City Center, you can go to Studio Movie Grill. You can go to Studio Movie Grill, have dinner or a snack, and then walk over to Jenny's, get some ice cream, and then burn off all those calories by walking all around City Center. And then also, like I mentioned, the Showboat. That is also a great date night. Not a first date. I would not go all that way on a first date with someone, especially because you don't know if you like them or that you can trust them or that you feel safe. So make that like a 7th, 8th, 10th date. Maybe.
We're almost married date.
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
I mean, 10 dates, you are basically in a relationship.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
true.
You
Exactly.
should be official by that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this was great, y'all. I got a lot of new things to do, a lot of new ideas. I can put AMC to rest finally. So thank y'all.
Exactly.
Yes.
You should.
Please.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That was the CityCast Houston crew. Dina Kesbeh, Brooke Lewis, AK ALMoumen, and me, Carlignon Jones. Now let's get into what else is going on around this city. FEMA has some new flood maps for the Houston area, which is great news because the maps will be the first of its kind in showing more accurate flooding risk. These maps will be able to give updated rainfall estimates that better depict the intensity of storms in recent decades. Because before this, the data hadn't been updated since 1960. The maps will also give Houstonians a better understanding of flood risk since it will be expanding the flood plains. On top of all that, it will also help property owners find out whether they will be required to buy flood insurance and how much it'll actually cost. So this story sounds like one to follow. That's it for the show today. Tomorrow we'll be rounding out the week's news. You don't want to miss it, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Like for the Palestinian community, we would hold each year a few Oh my.
Ooh, I hate Grumpy.